Hello from Bangalore, India. I am Sindhor Promo, the director of Barks. It's an academy that offers a UK accredited level 4 diploma on canine behavior. I'm a behavior consultant. I studied with Tore Drugas in Norway. In the US actually, but also in the Norway. And I did my canine myotherapy with Garland, Julia Robertson and Garland in the UK. And I'm also an independent researcher studying free living dogs in India. And this talk is going to be about free living dogs, obviously. But I think it's an important conversation because I live amongst these dogs. I've been studying them for a long time, and I bring a different perspective to it. For far too long, the discourse around or the conversations around free living dogs has largely been dominated by people in the Western world who either don't have dogs, free living dogs, or kind of don't have a place for them. It's not accepted. They're seen as matter out of place. They're seen as animals that are a failure of humans, of our responsibility towards them and our responsibility towards urban spaces. So I think that conversation needs to change, and it needs to come from a place where people, for instance, in India, free living dogs are constitutionally protected. They're not only is their life protected, but their free lives in the place that they are at. So it's illegal not just to hurt them or kill them, but it's also illegal to relocate them because they are seen as inhabitants of that space. They're not stray animals. They're not pet animals that have been abandoned. They really were born on the streets. They live free. They learn from dogs on how to be dogs. And so it's a very, very interesting situation for us to really gain insight into what these animals really are. But it really needs to come from a place where people can see them and accept them as legitimate living beings occupying a space that's legitimately theirs to occupy, and to see their life unravel. And also, these animals are extremely adaptable. So who they are can change from place to place based on the attitude of people towards them. So if they're considered, their existence itself is considered illegal or unacceptable, they're being removed, they're being persecuted, they're being hunted, they're even being rehomed for that matter. They get, it's not the life that they're choosing for themselves. And so their attitude towards human beings, towards each other, their social structures, their behaviors, all of that is going to be different. And it's dramatically different with Bangalore city because there's a very special place for them in the hearts of a lot of people in Bangalore. Their rights are, there are a lot of people who fight for their rights and protect their rights, make sure they're feeding them, making sure that they're getting medical intervention when required, etc. And so we get to see something entirely different and beautiful, actually, with these dogs. I call them my friends for a reason. So we'll dive deeper into all of that. We will do some comparisons on free living dogs in your part of the world and my part of the world. And let's see where that conversation takes us. So I hope that this is just the beginning of the conversation because there's a lot for us to talk, especially those of us from parts of the world where there are a lot of free living dogs. We don't panic the second we see them. We are not calling animal control and trying to get rid of them. We are okay with them being around. This part of the world, we need to talk. We need to exchange notes. We need to recognize how they impact us and how we impact them. And it's a very, very important conversation. We're finally getting around to it. So I can't wait to do this webinar with you and initiate this dialogue. See you soon.